Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into an idea that, honestly, I find quite startling. It's how the simple words we use, especially, at work, aren't just expressions. They're actively shaping our very potential.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff.
Remember that famous Henry Ford quote? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Right.
Well, we're looking at a recent article from Phoenix Performance Partners that doesn't just revisit that idea, it takes it like a huge step further.
It really does.
This deep dive is all about giving you a shortcut, really, to understanding how your everyday language literally rewires your brain, transforming what you see as limitations into real possibilities.
And what's so fascinating here, I think, is how deeply ingrained these language patterns are. They're inside us. And how unconsciously we often use them to either open doors or, unfortunately, slam them shut for ourselves.
Right.
This Phoenix Performance Partners article really shines a light on not just what we're saying, but the underlying neurological impact.
Yeah.
So today, you're going to discover how to identify these subtle but really pervasive patterns. And more importantly, how to actively shift them for measurable personal and professional growth.
Giving you a powerful tool you can start using immediately.
Exactly. It's practical.
So let's get right into it then. The Phoenix Performance Partners article really opens by pointing out these incredibly common phrases.
The ones you hear all the time.
All the time, ones we probably all hear, maybe even say daily, that are actually holding us back. Think about these for a moment. I can't present to executives.
Oh, yeah, classic.
Or I'm not good with technology. I don't do conflict. Or even just, that's not my strength.
Recognize any of those?
I definitely do. They feel so natural to say, don't they?
They really do.
But now consider the shift. What if we were to say instead, I'm learning to present more confidently? Or I'm developing my tech skills. I'm getting better at difficult conversations. Or I'm growing in that area.
It feels different already just hearing it.
Doesn't it? And the article makes it incredibly clear. The difference isn't just semantic. It's not just words. It's truly neurological.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this goes right back to Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck's groundbreaking research on mindsets.
Right, the fixed versus growth mindset work.
Exactly. She revealed that how we think about our abilities is a powerful predictor of success. So a fixed mindset means believing your talents, intelligence, capabilities. They're all static, unchangeable traits.
Set in stone.
Pretty much. Conversely, a growth mindset means believing these same qualities can be developed through effort, through strategy, and crucially, learning from failure.
Okay.
But what most people miss, and what this Phoenix Performance Partners article so powerfully highlights, is that your mindset isn't just an internal belief. It lives and breathes in your language.
Ah, okay, so it's expressed outwardly.
It is. Every time you utter, I can't, you're not merely describing a current limitation. You're actively programming your brain to accept that limitation as permanent. You're activating what neuroscientists call learned helplessness. It's like an unconscious belief that your current state defines your future possibilities.
That's the part that really made me sit up when I was reading the article. The claim that this isn't just about feeling better.
No.
It suggests changing our language can literally rewire our brains. I mean, that sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it?
It does sound amazing, but
Can you help us understand the actual neuroscience? How does this shift from fixed to growth language really impact our brain activity?
yeah, it's not too good to be true. It's precision neuroscience, really. And the
Oh.
Phoenix Performance Partners article details this beautifully.
Okay.
When you consistently use fixed language like I can't, you activate the amygdala. That's your brain's fear center.
Right, fight or flight.
Exactly.
Hmm.
This triggers stress responses that actually inhibit learning. They strengthen the neural pathways linked with avoidance.
So you literally train yourself to avoid the thing you think you can't do.
Precisely. It creates a powerful confirmation bias where your brain actively looks for evidence to support your perceived inability. And it reduces cognitive flexibility. You literally become less able to see solutions.
Okay, that makes sense.
But when you consciously shift to growth language, like I'm learning, you activate a different part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex.
The executive function center.
That's the one. Responsible for problem solving, planning, decision making. This releases neurochemicals that enhance learning and memory. It builds neural pathways associated with persistence and adaptation.
So you're building resilience pathways instead of avoidance pathways.
Spot on. It fosters curiosity, openness to feedback, significantly increasing cognitive flexibility and your ability to find creative solutions. So, As the article stresses, this isn't just positive thinking.
Right.
It's precision thinking. You're not denying current limitations, you're simply refusing to make them permanent.
That really is powerful to think about those like physical changes happening in your brain based on words. But applying this in daily life, when these patterns are so ingrained, I mean, it feels like a big ask, doesn't it?
It can seem daunting, yeah.
I know, I've definitely caught myself saying, I'm not a morning person, or I just can't get my head around spreadsheets.
Well, they'll do it.
The Phoenix Performance Partners article, though, offers some really practical examples to get us started. Where do we even begin to spot these fixed mindset phrases in ourselves?
You're right, it feels daunting because these phrases are so automatic, so ingrained. But the article gives us a clear roadmap, which is helpful. It presents common fixed language patterns side by side with their growth mindset translations. Makes it easier to identify them.
Okay, so give us an example. Like instead of thinking or saying, I can't do math, which, let's face it, shuts down so many avenues,
Totally.
the article encourages us to reframe that as I'm developing my analytical skills. That feels completely different. It's a totally different trajectory.
Exactly, it puts you back in control. Or if you catch yourself with the thought, I'm not a people person, a growth-oriented reframe would be, I'm learning to connect better with others. It's about acknowledging where you are now, but stating an intention, a direction to move forward.
And I love this one. How often do we hear, or maybe even say, I don't have the gene for sales?
Oh, definitely. Like it's predetermined.
Right. When the Phoenix article suggests shifting to, I'm growing my ability to influence and persuade, that makes sales feel like a skill you can learn, not some kind of genetic lottery you lost.
It does. And the same goes for, I'm terrible at public speaking. Huge one.
Yeah.
That can become, I'm improving my presentation skills. This reframing immediately puts you in an active learning role, not a passive victim role.
Even deeply personal statements, the article points out, can transform. So that's not who I am, which sounds so final.
Very final.
Can evolve into, I'm expanding who I can become, and the pervasive, I've always been this way.
Another classic excuse.
Totally. It's better reframed as, I'm changing how I approach this.
And finally, for anyone who's ever said, I'm just not creative, the article offers, I'm cultivating my creativity.
Cultivating. I like that word.
Me too. Notice how each of these growth phrases implies process, effort, and future possibility, rather than a fixed, unchangeable state. That's the real shift. That's the core of it.
That's a fantastic breakdown. It really shows how one closes down possibility while the other just opens it right up, creating learned optimism instead of that learned helplessness you mentioned.
Exactly.
And the Phoenix Performance Partners article raises an important question here. If language is that powerful, is there like one simple word we can add to our vocabulary that makes a massive difference?
There is, surprisingly simple, but incredibly powerful. And the article highlights the incredible power of the word yet.
Yet.
Think about it. I don't understand this new system becomes, I don't understand this new system yet.
Oh.
That tiny three-letter word transforms a statement of defeat into a statement of trajectory. It implies learning is in progress.
Right, that current confusion is temporary.
Exactly. And that growth is expected. The research mentioned in the article shows that students who learn to add yet to their struggles showed increased persistence,
Makes sense.
better problem solving, and higher achievement. And as the Phoenix Performance Partners article emphasizes, the same principle applies just as powerfully in professional settings. It's a real game changer.
A tiny word with huge impact. Okay, so what does this all mean for you, the listener, practically? Beyond just understanding the concept, how do you actually do this?
Right, the application.
Well, the Phoenix Performance Partners article gives us a clear, actionable, 4-step process to put this into practice. And it's something you can start doing well today.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, step 1 is awareness. Simple, but crucial. You need to actively notice your fixed mindset language patterns.
Catch yourself in the act.
Exactly. This means paying attention to what you say and maybe even what you think about your abilities. Try keeping a mental note, or if you're feeling ambitious, an actual note of when you use limiting language about yourself.
This initial awareness is absolutely crucial because, let's face it, until you spot the pattern, you can't change it. It's about becoming an observer of your own thoughts and words, recognizing those automatic, I can't statements.
Spot on. Then, step 2 is pause. When you catch yourself using fixed language, the article advises you to literally pause. before the words even leave your mouth if you can, or immediately after.
Just stop for a second.
Yep. This interruption is key to breaking that automatic unconscious pattern. It's like hitting the mental brakes.
That pause creates a micro moment of choice, doesn't it? Instead of letting the old programming just run on autopilot, you're inserting an opportunity for a new response. It's small, but really powerful.
And that leads directly to step 3. Reframe. This is where you consciously translate your fixed statement into growth language.
The active part.
Right. So I can't becomes I'm learning to, I'm not good at becomes I'm developing my skills in. I don't know how becomes I'm figuring out how to. And that's not me transforms into I'm growing in that direction.
And this reframing, it's important to say, isn't about being naive or unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
It's not pie-in-the-sky thinking.
No.
It's about being accurate about your potential for change. You're acknowledging the present, sure, but you're pointing yourself towards the future, as the Phoenix article brilliantly describes it.
Finally, step 4 is action. This makes it real. Follow your reframed language with a learning action, however small.
Okay, give an example.
So if you say, I'm learning to give feedback better, immediately ask yourself, what's one small thing I could do right now to improve at this? Maybe read an article, watch a quick video, or observe someone who's good at it.
Ah, okay. Connect the language to behavior.
Exactly. This creates a powerful, virtuous loop. Language, thought, and actual tangible action.
And what's fascinating here, moving beyond the individual, is how this isn't just a personal benefit. The Phoenix Performance Partners article really emphasizes the powerful ripple effect this has when leaders embrace this growth mindset language.
Ah, interesting. How so?
Well, think about it. When a leader says, I'm still learning this new software, instead of pretending they know it all or just saying, I don't know,
Yeah.
they create psychological safety for others on the team to admit their own learning edges. It normalizes the learning process, rather than setting an expectation of instant perfection.
Which is totally unrealistic anyway.
Completely. It demonstrates that growth is ongoing, even for those at the top. And that encourages experimentation and, calculated risk-taking within the team.
So people aren't afraid to try things.
Precisely. As the article points out, teams begin shifting from cultures of knowing, where you have to pretend you have all the answers, to cultures of learning. From environments where admitting limitations feels dangerous, to environments where sharing growth edges feels productive and maybe even celebrated.
That sounds like a much healthier work environment. And this change in language, it seems like it could profoundly shift how we approach challenging situations too.
Definitely.
The article perfectly illustrates this move from performance anxiety to learning curiosity. Think about facing a big stretch assignment with a fixed mindset. Your thoughts might be, what if I can't do this? What if they discover I'm not capable?
Yeah, the imposter syndrome kicks in hard.
Right. That's a lot of self-imposed pressure, and frankly, it often paralyzes us. We procrastinate or avoid it.
Been there.
Now, contrast that with a growth mindset perspective. You might think, okay, how can I approach this differently? What might I learn from this challenge? Who could help me develop this capability?
It's problem-solving mode, not panic mode.
Exactly. It's the same situation, the same assignment, but one perspective turns it into a threat to our fixed identity, while the other transforms it into a genuine opportunity for our growing identity. It really puts the power back in your hands.
And this also directly impacts how we process feedback and setbacks, which, let's be honest, is crucial for any kind of real growth.
Absolutely. Can't grow without feedback.
And the Phoenix Performance Partners article gives some excellent, really stark examples here. With a fixed mindset, your internal response to critical feedback might be something like, this criticism proves I'm just not cut out for this role.
Ouch. Takes it very personally.
Very personally. It's an internal judgment about your inherent worth or talent. But with a growth mindset, that same feedback becomes, okay, this feedback shows me exactly what to work on next.
Actionable data.
It's actionable information. The difference is monumental. Similarly, a fixed mindset response to failure might be, well, I fail because I just don't have what it takes. End of story.
Right. Giving up.
Whereas a growth mindset rephrases that as, okay, I failed this time because my current approach didn't work, time to try a different strategy.
Yeah.
It's about taking agency over your learning journey instead of just surrendering to perceived permanent limitations.
Okay, intellectually, this all makes perfect sense. But changing ingrained patterns takes conscious practice, and I think that's where many of us struggle. It's easy to nod along, but harder to implement day to day.
Absolutely. Knowing isn't the same as doing.
Thankfully, the Phoenix Performance Partners article offers some fantastic practical strategies to really accelerate this transformation. I found these incredibly helpful. For example, they suggest finding a language partner.
Okay, like an accountability buddy.
Exactly. Work with a colleague you trust. You agree to gently catch each other's fixed mindset language and maybe offer growth alternatives. It's a great way to build awareness together.
That's a clever idea. It makes the unconscious conscious, and having that external observer, that friendly nudge, can be really effective when you're trying to break a habit.
Absolutely. Another strategy they mention is trying the Yet journal.
The Yet Journal. Tell me more.
At the end of each day, you write down maybe 3 things you don't do well yet.
Ah, reinforcing the yet.
Precisely. And then, crucially, you jot down one specific action you'll take, however small, to improve in each of those areas. So it isn't just about identifying gaps, it's about actively planning for growth.
I like that. It connects the reflection to action. And for teams, the article suggests you can even reframe meetings.
How does that work?
Well, maybe you start team meetings by having each person briefly share something they're currently learning or actively working on improving.
Oh, interesting.
Imagine the culture shift that creates. It signals loud and clear that it's okay, even expected, to be in a state of continuous growth. It's not a weakness to be learning.
That could really change the dynamic. And finally, the article suggests developing growth language mantras for yourself.
Personal mantras.
Yeah, short, personal phrases that redirect your thinking when you feel yourself slipping back into fixed patterns. Think along the lines of, every expert was once a beginner.
Good one.
Or, struggle is the path to strength. Or, maybe I'm exactly where I need to be in my learning journey right now. Just having those ready in your mental toolkit can be a huge help when those old fixed thoughts try to creep back in.
Little mental resets.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the Phoenix Performance Partners article, it's really clear this isn't just about choosing different words, is it? Or even just adopting a positive attitude.
No, it's much deeper than that.
It's about installing, as the article so aptly puts it, a new operating system for growth, transforming how you approach everything, from new projects to challenging colleagues, and maybe most importantly, how you view your own potential. And the beautiful paradox here, the moment you truly embrace I'm learning, you've already begun to transform the very limitation you thought was permanent. The shift itself is the start of the change.
Well said. And perhaps to leave you, our listener, with a final thought directly from this insightful article, something to ponder. Your current abilities got you this far.
Right.
Your learning mindset will take you wherever you choose to go next.
Love that.
So we really encourage you to just notice your own language this week. Pay attention to those I can't or I'm not chance. And just consider how even a simple shift, maybe adding that word yet, could open up entirely new possibilities in your professional and personal life.